his 24th straight game with at least 20 points. You heard Ty talking about the All-Star nomination for Kawhi Leonard. He's got to be an All-Star. He's got to be an All-Star.
I think the conversation at the beginning of the year was a little bit tougher, a little bit dicier because the Clippers wasn't winning, despite him putting up all these minutes. So he's been consistent with regards to his game.
Yeah.
Now to back it up is the wins are now following.
Right.
And what he's doing on a per minute basis is just bananas. I mean, now you've been around this and you covered this young man since his time at San Antonio.
Yeah.
A stretch of game. Have you seen him kind of put this efficiency in?
No, it's historic what he's doing, not just in his own career, but in NBA history. I mean, we have seen comparisons to Steph Curry's runs, to Dame Lillard's runs, but I'd like to see as this run continues now and extends where it is now.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, what he's been doing is absolutely phenomenal.
Can I say this too? And rightfully so, a lot of the conversation around Kawhi was that he's not the same player, but in particular two-way player on the defensive end because of the injuries. I don't think that's the case this year.
No.
Because he leads the league in deflections. Okay, he's up there with steals. He's a menace on the defensive end. So now we're seeing his game, and you're talking about where it rates. He's doing it on both ends of the floor.
Absolutely.
When we thought maybe that was kind of in his rearview mirror, which is not.
We saw it pregame, the difference in defensive rating with Kawhi on the floor and without Kawhi on the floor, and the numbers bear it out. I mean, I think if people really look at it, I think they sort of wrote the season off 6-21. Okay, we don't have to pay attention to the Clippers anymore. And I was like, okay, well, Kawhi Leonard's doing, and now it's been sustained though.
Well, you know this too.
And they could be 500 by the All-Star break.
Well, here's the thing: as you get closer to the All-Star game, it's players and teams that ride momentum that get a lot of the shine. So now, guess what? Since December the 20th, this Clipper team, if it stays the way it is riding a momentum that prohibits coaches from not taking in consideration why they're there and who the main characters are. And that is one, Kawhi Leonard. So I see a lot of momentum, especially in late this month. I mean, this month is almost over, in early February, of him being a part of the All-Star game.
Especially after that stellar December he had at the end of the month. How about James Harden? I mentioned this earlier. People will see just the 8 shots. They see the 19 points. They say it was kind of a ho-hum game by James standards. But he came out and set the tone offensively, hit his first 3 threes, and really let Brooklyn know it's not happening tonight.
But very similar to the Washington game where he didn't shoot the ball extremely well, didn't even make a 3-point shot. But yet and still, he was able to dominate the game. And he had an imprint on the game based on doing this, which is running the point guard position. Keep in mind, that's his position. So that means that he has to set the table for his teammates. And he did that time and time again early in this game. He set the tone by ensuring that the Clippers got high quality shots. And when he had a chance to go one-on-one, he exploited that as well. So the impact that James has, in particular now that his shooting has been off a little bit, the Clippers are still winning for a reason. And that's because of the play, all-around play of James Harden.
Matched his season average with the 8 assists to go with the 19 points. Okay, so now 15-3 in the last 18, 3-game road trip coming up.
Very important.
First stop,
Utah,
where things got off to that awful start in the first game of the season. So now, look, as a player, do you want to go there and set that right? I mean, is that, you have other motivations, of course.
Of course.
But do you want to go and set that right on that floor?
I can't speak for every player, but I know for myself, especially after getting drugged, like what happened with the Clippers in game 1. Even though we came back here and beat them. Doesn't matter. You want to go back to Utah and kind of right that wrong. Now, you got to still do it in accordance to the game plan. You just can't, be out there trying to freelance and do your own thing. But I believe that the players understand how important this is for 2 things. One, continue the momentum in the pace that you're going on to secure a playoff run later on. But also, just to put on the minds of not just the team, but the people in Utah that, this is who we were supposed to be at the beginning of the season.
They were who they were supposed to be tonight. 126-89. The Clippers over the Nets. Ivica Zubac with a double-double. His 5th straight. We'll talk about his night coming up when Clippers Live postgame rolls on. Their 5th win in a row here at Intuit Dome, and the run now 15 wins in their last 18 games. And Ivica Zubac, since he's come back from injury, he's been a big part of this success.
The scoring numbers may not indicate that because he was averaging a little under 17 points a game before the injury, but his impact defensively, offensively, in that short roll, being able to solidify the middle early in the game, guess who the ball went to? It was Zoo.
Exactly.
Got to establish that. So, we talked about it in pregame. Sometimes you take a player like Zoo for granted until he's not there.
Right.
Especially for long stretches. And the things that he's been able to add value to with the team, especially in that short roll by making a play out of that, really enhances what the Clippers want to do offensively, especially when Kawhi or it's more so often James Harden is getting double-teamed up top.
First 12 points tonight for the Clippers were in the paint, and a few of those were Zubac's post-ups where he just got down and did his work.
Yeah, well, Nick Claxton, can block some shots. He's long, he's athletic, but he doesn't have the body size to deal with Zoo, especially when he's rolling down the lane against deep post position. So part of the game plan is like, look, we're going to establish the paint early.
Yep.
And that was Zoo inside making the quality plays. But again, it's all about the setup and the trust that you have. And he seems to find a way always to come through.
11 points, 10 rebounds for Zubac, one of those 5 Clippers in double figures. Did get a bit of a scare with Chris Dunn. He played just under 13 minutes because of what appears to be an ankle injury. Jim, what'd you see?
Something that I don't like to see, which is a player coming down inadvertently on another player's foot. This time, fortunately for Chris Dunn, if there's a silver lining, it wasn't the tip of his toe pointed straight down and then turning over. Because of that, you don't have as much of a turnover on that ankle. He was able to walk it off. Actually, he wanted to come back in the second half really and play some meaningful minutes. But the coaching staff said, listen, we need you long term.
Yep.
So the game, we feel pretty comfortable about. Just take a seat. We got a road trip coming up. That's when we need you.
And you look at Chris Dunn, and a lot of people wonder, well, why is he in the starting lineup? And I remind them that basketball is you score as many as you can and try to keep the opponent from scoring as many as they can. And that's where Chris Dunn comes in keeping the opponent from scoring as many as they can.
What? Defensively, and he's a ball mover.
Yep.
So that's the thing about when you have Chris Dunn, and he's a capable scorer.
Yep. When
he puts his mind to it and has a mismatch, he's proven that he can sit here in this corner and knock down some shots. So that's why he's in the starting lineup, because he solidifies what Zoo does, more importantly, what Kawhi and also what James Harden can bring to the table.
Yep, have to hope that that's not anything serious that'll cause him to miss any time with this 3-game road trip coming up. Let's take a look at that road trip. It's Utah on Tuesday, Denver on Friday, Phoenix on Sunday before the Clippers come back here on Monday to take on the 76ers back-to-back on Sunday and Monday in Phoenix and back here in Philly. So what's the message heading into Utah, knowing you have Denver and Phoenix, 2 of those teams that are above you in the standings that you can make up some ground on?
One game at a time. Take care of your business. Utah is the first stop. That's it. Don't even think about Denver and Phoenix.
All right, that's Tuesday night. Remember, the season opener at Utah didn't go the Clippers' way, but this one certainly did tonight. 126-89, the Clippers over the Nets. 5 Clippers in double figures, led by Kawhi Leonard's 28. 19 for James Harden, 18 for John Collins. Total team win, start to finish for the Clippers tonight. For Jim Jackson and our entire Clippers Live crew, Stan Verrett saying good night from Inglewood.